no matter what. I am feeling great.
Welcome back to your favorite program, Light of Knowledge. Dear friends, we have been traveling through a journey which is very interesting as well as it is enjoyable. To become a wonderful human being, a complete human being is our aim. And how early we can reach that aim is what we are looking at in this program. So today we will talk about another aspect of knowledge. We have all heard about learning. We do learn a lot from our day-to-day experience, and life is all about learning. But how many of us are aware of the term unlearning? And how many of us are aware of the term relearning? What do we need to unlearn and what do we need to relearn? This is what we are looking at today. And to lead us through this discussion, as usual, we have Rupa Behenji with us. Let us welcome her to the studio. Rupa Behenji, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So today we will discuss about this aspect of learning, which we call unlearning and relearning. What do we need to know about these two not so familiar terms, unlearning and relearning?
It is well said, as long as we are learning, we are living.
Mm.
The day, the moment we stop learning, we stop living.
Mm.
So, in the process of learning, it is possible that sometimes we have learned something and left it, and again we want to continue, then that journey again begins. The word unlearn, it is something that knowingly, unknowingly we have adopted something in our life. It may not be giving favorable results. It may be troubling us, and I'm not able to come out of that. It may be in the physical level or in mental level. In other words, I can say this, we can put in other words like habits. We have learned some habits.
Which are really unhealthy for us.
Knowingly or unknowingly, it is troubling me. And I think I'm not able to leave it. So, in that juncture of life, it's very important to make myself very strong and strike that and come out of that. Then again, new learning begins, and that is called relearning.
So, unlearning can actually mean the destroying of past unnecessary habits.
Definitely, it may be unnecessary habits or negative habits, waste habits. You see, it's not necessary, but I am habituated. Early morning, the moment I get up, I take a cup of tea. But today my body is not fit for that. Though others suggest, I also suggest myself. But early morning when I get up, simply I take a cup of tea, which is not necessary now. And if
Which
I
has
don't
become
change,
a habit.
yeah, it may give wrong results also. In that cycle, I have to undergo some negative results of that. It can damage my health.
The difficulty comes when the doctor advises not to take tea.
This is in physical level. But coming to the little more subtle level, so many habits I learn in my internal nature. Maybe in emotional level, thinking level, or feeling level. I become very sensitive whenever somebody says something wrong to me or which I have not done, they put blame on me. Immediately I become upset. So this is something I become very sensitive. Now this sensitive nature troubling me. And this I want to unlearn, means I have to take away from my practice. So there I need lot of strength, inner energy.
That is where I was coming to, because we all know that we have certain habits which we need to unlearn. But how to do this is a big question. And is there any process, any proven technique that we can use so that I can try to get out of that habit very quickly?
Yeah, there is a process. First of all, I should ask myself, what are the unnecessary habits are there in me, which I have made it as a part of life, which may be troubling me, and also because of that others are getting trouble. See, one person, if I get upset at my home, I destroy the peace of all others. Though they are not the direct victim, but still, because of my mind getting upset, not only I will become disturbed, I cannot keep that disturbance inside for a long time. What I will do, I throw outside on whom? Whoever is there. So definitely the family members or friends, whoever come
But at that
across me.
particular time, I am not aware that I am disturbing others. How to understand this? I am only thinking about my own problem, but I fail to understand that in thinking about my own problem, I am disturbing others as well. Later, maybe I realize, but at that time, that realization doesn't come.
That is the reason where we need wisdom. When and what and how to think is also a wisdom. If I am working in an office, there I have to make my mind trained to be very attentive in my office work. Though I am having some more problem at home, and if my mind is occupied with the problems which I have faced or I am facing at home, and here conflict is happening in my mind, but disturbance will go with all my colleagues. Maybe wrong file I will carry, and wrong decision I may give to others, and that will be damaging relationship and also work efficiency. Here I need again wisdom to keep the disturbance away and make my mind focused on the present work, and again throw light on the trouble what I am facing, why and how and where I can get the solution. So without having these divisions or detachment of the problems, I cannot focus on the present work I am doing. That means when I am working in the office, I have to unlearn the problem of my home. And I finish my work here, then attend that job or attend that work or attend that problem. If you don't get solution to your problem, there are many people who can help you.
Usually we get mixed up between these two. That is why usually we say, I've heard this term many times over, that we take the office file to the home and take the home file to the office.
Because I am carrying that pain along with me. Na? I don't keep away that pain or problem because internally I am affected. When I say internally, my feelings, my emotions, my thinking, my decisions, everything is affected. So therefore, once I need to understand the inner mechanism of myself, how it is acting and interacting with each other. I'll tell you one small example. A person who leaves home to his office, at that time, if his wife immediately tells some problem and get disturbed, so today evening you should get the solution for me, otherwise I'll be very unhappy. So this person having whole day to think about that problem, right? But the moment he wants to leave the house, there is a troubled thought has entered, and throughout his time of traveling to office, he will not think of the office work. The troubled thought, it will be troubling him, and once he comes to the office, immediately, without getting the solution of the problem which his wife has told, then he may not be able to effectively attend his office work also. So here, lot of time is wasted.
So we need to be very careful when to share problems and when to share good things.
And with whom? See, sometimes I may not get solution to myself, and there I share my problem to wrong person. Then that will again trouble me. What happens many times when I take the wrong person as my guide, if I take the decision and accept it, and practically I have made into action or I follow into action, then immediately if the results are good, I am happy. If results are bad, then what I will do? I throw that blame on the person who has given me that suggestion. Therefore, very carefully we have to select the mentors. We say mentors, a person who is very wise.
Who can give me the right advice?
Right decision with the end result he can visualize. See what happens when my mind is in trouble, I cannot see the end results, what I do. Therefore, I have to take the help of somebody. Sometimes it is not possible, always I get a counselor, always I get a wise person, always I get a right guidance.
When you talk about the Behenji, I always think there are many questions coming in our mind. So we all want someone to answer those questions, because for me it is difficult to find those answers for myself. So I want to search for someone, I want to look out for someone, and when that someone gives me the answer, still at times I think it is not suitable for me.
Definitely, because here what happens, others can only give suggestion. And what they are telling, it is based on their past experience or maybe learned knowledge. Again, after getting suggestion, taking suggestion is very good. Then I have to go in my own inner self, diving into myself. It's very important to keep myself in silent to get a right answer. Even if somebody has guided me, suggested 2-3 suggestions, I have to choose. To choose the right decision, I need some inner strength. In other words, I can say the inner voice.
Or how do I know? I have thought about it many times and I have landed upon an answer myself. How do I know that it is going to take me to my destination? Maybe after going a while, then I think this was not the right answer. Then I change route again. This can happen. It has happened to me many times personally. So how does one know that I have landed on the right answer?
See, in my experience, whenever I get suggestions, I do take suggestions. You sit quietly, think of 1, 2, 3, 4 suggestions. Compare with your inner voice, what it is speaking. External sound, external thoughts, disturbance, you have to make it first calm down. So when I say silence, there are 2 types. One is external absence of sound, that is also silence. So first, external environment is important to make it calm and quiet place, because when my mind is troubled with dual thoughts or conflicts, I need external silence also. That's why people who are under confusion or some kind of troubled thoughts, they go away and search a place where they can sit alone. What happens in this process means you are with yourself. It's very important to be with yourself. At that time, your mind will talk to you, many thoughts. See, this person has told this suggestion, he has told this suggestion. Let it come, let it come, let it come. After listening to all that, you have to listen to your mind first. So, mind gives lot of information. All that you listen, and after some time, mind becomes quiet. That is the time you practice to dive into your inner, deeper self. There another voice comes. That is called inner voice, which is awakening of wisdom. Every individual has got wisdom within, but that has to be supported with the knowledge. And listening to that inner voice, it guides you what you have to do, what not to do.
It has been a wonderful discussion. Now it is time for us to look into the questions from the public. And here is the question for today.
Om Shanti. My name is Shalu Mahajan. I'm from Pathankot and I'm an advocate. Here we learn silence is power, and I am a silent soul. But some people think that silent people are afraid of speaking.
See, silent is in two ways, as I explained now. Most of the time, when people are having troubled thoughts or there is trouble in their mind because of confusion or pain or sadness or whatever, at that time, two things happens. One group of people, they become very silent, unable to express their misery.
They are suppressing their own emotions in
Possible.
a way.
Or they are not having a way out to share with someone. Or maybe there is some wall between others and them by which they are not able to open up. Or they might have not found a right person. Maybe any reason like this. Another group of people, when they are troubled, they become violent. Violent is they express too much. Now, both are quite dangerous. To
Benji,
become too silent.
I have heard an expression that mostly doctors say, if you suppress your anger or whatever, you will get cancer. And if you express your anger, you will get heart attack. So it is for you to choose between these
That's
two.
why I told both are dangerous. Again, we come back with a wise decision, creating balance. Too much silence is also not a normal sense. If a person is always sitting alone, not able to talk with anybody, then we say, what is this? He is abnormal. A person who is jumping and shouting and too much of expressing without control, he is also counted as a abnormal. In life, very beautiful point we have to maintain each and every time is balance. So what is this balance means? You go in silence with the trouble, that is not giving good result. So as much you think in yourself, it leads to frustration. You are not getting any solution, then your silence is of no use. Here silence means I search myself within myself. And I listen to my inner voice in calmness of mind.
And we are talking whenever it is necessary.
Necessary. Here you see, sometimes people are not able to maintain this kind of silence.
There is an imbalance mostly.
Then they throw that pain or trouble to the Almighty. This is one way. They pray. They will say, oh God, please allow me to come out of this. So through prayers or contemplation or meditation, they try to communicate to that supreme power. This is also very good method. Here only we need to learn that how to communicate to the source. There are two ways we can get the wisdom. One is I listen to my inner voice, but when I am not at all having any patience, I am deeply troubled, then I have to rely upon that supreme. Therefore it is well said, in silence God speaks. In silence I can listen the voice of God. So therefore people started going to the mountains or caves and lonely places to contemplate and start listening the voice of God. But it is not possible to everybody. They leave home and everything, family and work and world, and go in a silent place. That's the path of solitude. But here, if you allow your mind to become calm, that's more than enough. That's we need to practice. See, many times we see a common man, good hard worker, very honest person. He has worked whole day and earned something, and somewhere he takes little food and then under a tree nicely he sleeps. If you make your mind practicing to become calm, even in a place where there is so much of sound and negative things, the practice makes the mind to become more calm and strong. Then you can listen your inner voice, as well as if it is not possible or it is not clear, then focus on the supreme light, the Almighty. Then He also can guide you, and that's called sixth sense. Many people suddenly they get something, they say, oh, something flashed, and that's what is right. They may not give a logic answer for that, but that is right. And that happens also. So these things help us.
Okay, Benji, I think that question has been very clearly explained, and she might have understood that it is a balance we need to keep. Whether we speak or whether we remain silent, there needs to be a purpose behind it.
Yes.
So this distinction will not matter anymore. So it is now time for us to go into our attitude, virtue, and reflection part.
Today we take up the attitude of learning, because as long as we have a quest for learning, we are living happily. And every day will be new experience. And every day will be a new thing adding in our life. But learning, again, it should be selective. Therefore, we take up the virtue of like a swan, which selects always
The good.
the diamond, a pearl, not a pebble. Similarly, we say a swan always selects milk, not the water. Similarly, we become like swan. Our intellect should become like swan. Our learning should be constant. But again, we have to support ourselves with the virtue of selection.
So I think, Benji, the criterion or what is the proof that we are learning something, eventually we take only the good. That can be taken as a criterion or
Yes. See, when I am supporting myself with the virtue of observing only good, your character, your behavior shapes according to that. So you become more wise person, and also happiness goes on fills. Because wherever there is good, there is light, and that gives me contentment. And I become more valuable not only for me, but to the society wherever I move. And that's very like result of that.
I inspire
and
people
I don't
wherever.
wait for others' appreciation, because I become more contented, because I value of my learning. And therefore, learning is a constant like journey, but I should be observing myself whether I am learning a good, useful, and that which is constructive.
So I think, Benji, we need to put a little bit more attention, because today there is no scarcity for learning. A lot of courses are available which teach you different skill sets, especially our youth. I think they are more into this kind of learning.
Yeah, because in the course of time or in the journey of learning, I should not repent, oh, all this time I wasted, I should have not learned this, there is no use of this. That kind of repentance should not be there. So, the learning should make our life more fruitful. So, one is material knowledge, which we say bhautik, means learning about some courses. This, apart from that, we learn so many other things which is going to be with us as long as we are.
So whatever we learn, it should help us in some way or another in our journey of life.
Yes.
So Benji, I think today's discussion has been so meaningful in a way that we got to understand several intrinsic aspects of this unlearning especially. So can we have a little bit of reflection on that?
Sit in a comfortable position. Focus your attention in the center of your forehead. I, the spark of light, point of divine light, the master of my life. I, being the part of I, being the light and the master, I choose the attitude of learning as the part of life. Each and every day, I try to learn something new which is more constructive, positive, and helpful. I take care of myself and support myself with the virtue of selecting good, appreciating good, and eliminating that which is bad. Like a swan, I make my intellect, swan intellect, constantly absorbing the good and also which is constructive. Om Shanti.
So, once again, thanks a lot from the heart. You took us very quickly to a level of peace and serenity, and I think we all will practice this, because I understand only by practicing we reach that stage of silence in our mind. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
So, friends, today we had a wonderful journey. It was an unwinding experience, an unlearning experience, and a relearning experience. Because in life, at times we will have to unlearn something which was wrong, which we have been catching hold of for a long time. So, relearning new things. Every day can be made a new day when we learn new things. So, thanks a lot for watching. Put in your suggestions and queries if you have any, and for joining today. Thanks a lot once again from all of us in studio, and bye bye until we meet again in the next episode. Thank you very much.